glad and honored to receive this distinguished delegation from the UK, headed by His Excellency the Lord Mayor of London, and already a notification has been circulated. He probably doesn't need a long introduction, but again, as a matter of formality rather than anything else, his importance of the Golden Square Mile in London need again no emphasis, and his function in stimulating the activities and helping hopefully the quick recovery of the British economy from the impacts of the international financial crisis certainly would be well recognized. Again, his interest in trying to advance the functioning of the banking and financial sector in the UK, including that of the Islamic finance. Again, as all of you know, Britain was among the leading countries in hosting activities of Islamic finance in theory and in practice. One of the oldest centers for the education of Islamic economics was Durham University, that's in Europe, and the sort of the first central bank to recognize Islamic finance was the Bank of England, and that's only just to mention very briefly two signs of the interest of the financial world in the UK in Islamic economics and Islamic finance. Today we have a few of our students of Islamic finance present, and I think we may, if you wouldn't mind, our student chairman of our student council would like to present you with a little bit about Qatar. Time, and I welcome again all the distinguished members of the delegation, and we're really glad, sir, that you managed to join us here. I know about the long association with Qatar, so it's a great honor. So allow me to ask address our two professors and students, and again we have another British uncle, Professor Rodney Wilson from Durham University.
Indeed. Nice to see you again. Mr. Dean, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute pleasure to come and join this magnificent institution today. Some of my delegation on this trip, and also the opportunity to talk to your students. Islamic finance is something which is possibly not fully understood by many in the city, but we have today an expert in it in the form of Richard Thomas. He heads up Gatehouse Bank in London, and is one of the 5 Islamic banks that offer Islamic finance to industry. Very well known and has a great reputation. Richard and I actually went off to the States 2 weeks ago, and it was a bit of a surprise to us how well actually, and it's more of a surprising place to go to talk about Islamic finance. We were surprised how much, I would say, Islamic finance as an option, an alternative option for conventional finance, was embraced by an audience of 130 people that we saw in Houston. These are individuals who listened to what we said, raised questions about what we said, and ultimately led to a number of some serious leads which could give rise to the funding of a lot of projects within the oil and gas and electricity generation and supply industry. London, however, remains and why do we do it? London remains and is the gateway in the West for the development of Islamic finance, and particularly whether it's in the USA or Europe. In London, we appreciate the Islamic economic model and appreciate that Sharia banks have, on the whole, fared a lot better than conventional banks, addressing the key elements and components of financial stability and corporate social responsibility. So perhaps we've got lessons that we need to learn from you in this area, and that is something which will come out in a values and ethics program that I'm looking to run in London later on this year. But this is an area that needs more study and analysis, and work with profound scientific agendas for social responsibility, like the Qatar Foundation under the inspirational patronage of Her Royal Highness Sheikha Moza. In London, we have brought together all of our financial, legal, Sharia, regulatory and accounting organisations with our education, training and qualifications franchise under one group. It is sponsored by the UK Trade and Investment team, and this is an industry group that counts all the Islamic banks, HM, Her Majesty's Treasury and the FSA amongst its members. And in fact, Richard himself is a leading light within that group. And what I'm going to ask Richard now to do is to actually give us an overview of the activity that is currently undertaken in this area in the City of London.